Let's see if this pen sucks. The Pentel Enrgerl 0.7 has a needle tip, like me, and claims to have smudge-proof ink. We're gonna test that. This is an affordable pen at $1.50 each, so I'm keeping my expectations kinda low. Hopefully, it surprises me. Let's get started. The loopy test is great for first impressions. Since the pen is constantly changing direction, it gives you a good idea of how grippy it is. To me, this pen is really slippery, which makes it a little harder to control. Luckily, it makes up for that by having consistent, bold lines. The heart rate test starts small, then gets large, then gets small again. Weaker pens tend to streak towards the bottom and the middle, but the Pentel Enrgerl is satisfyingly consistent. And real quick, let's listen to the click. The click is sharp and tactile, and I love how you can see the ink chamber move inside of the pen. This is a surprisingly great clicky experience. The stroke test is one of my favorites because it shows you the quality of the ink flow. A bad pen will become faded and streaky towards the end, but the Enrgerl blows me away with ink that is consistent the entire time. These lines are damn near perfect. This pen claims to be smudge proof, so let's test that out. There's a tiny bit of streaking in the top right, so I wouldn't call it completely smudge proof, but I'd still give it a solid pass. The signature test is just a fun way for me to try out the pen in a more natural environment. As I said before, it's a bit slippery, which causes some shakiness in the S, but overall it's a solid writing experience. One other thing I noticed is the T has a tiny bit of streaking, but nothing major. The endurance test is brutal. I set a timer for 15 minutes and scribble as much as I can. In the meantime, let's talk about my thoughts. The Pentel Enrgerl Needletip is an underdog pen that blew my expectations away. The click is satisfying, the price point is fair, and the ink is bold, which, as you'll see in a moment, actually makes it run out of ink pretty quickly. Regardless, I still strongly recommend this to artists and anyone else. Time's up, let's look at the ink. As you see here, it doesn't look that bad at first, but when I cut it open, you'll realize that more than half was already used up. Unfortunately, this feels like a fail. On a brighter note, the lines from the endurance test look solid with only a tiny bit of fading. The tip suffered no damage. And that's it for this one. Thank you for watching to the end, and let me know which pen I should review next. Mwah!